I think that SEI is so underrated. And the reason why is because I believe it's one of the greatest blockchains of all time. And as a result of that, I think that during this bull run, it could hypothetically go to the price of $20. And now, of course, nothing I say is financial advice nor a guarantee. But even though SEI is not a small project by any means, even though it's very, well known, a lot of the times people often disrespect it. Now, what do I mean by this? Because usually when I mention SEI, a lot of people, they like to tell me, hey, isn't Ethereum better? Solana's way better. They like to say that, this is the little brother to Solana. This is kind of like the loser, right? Compared to Ethereum. It's like, come on, man. That's actually very disrespectful in my opinion, especially for something this amazing, because got to think about this. When it comes to the data, if we take a look at this, we'll see that, for instance, the transaction finality time of Bitcoin is 60 minutes. That's a very long time. Now, this may be apples to oranges comparison. Let's use a oranges to oranges comparison. Let's say Ethereum. Ethereum is 6 minutes. I mean, oh man, that's kind of a long time. Now, Solana's not bad, around 2.5 seconds, but you want to take a look at something that's lightning fast. That's SEI. SEI is just 380 milliseconds. I mean, caralho, porra. That's literally less than half a second. This is how amazing it is. Oftentimes, people don't think about this when it comes to SEI, but man, it's really one of the best in my opinion. And the ecosystem isn't bad at all, because people like to say that, the numbers are cool, but the ecosystem is complete caca. No, because on its ecosystem, we will see that there are many amazing AI and DeFi projects. And I think this right here is amazing, because you take a look at the AI market, for instance, even though a lot of the hype did die down, I'll give it that, but I think better days are ahead. In fact, according to Grandview Research, the AI market is predicted to be worth nearly $2 trillion by 2030. So that's very impressive. I mean, $2 trillion. That's bigger than a lot of countries' GDP, which is insane. The market cap of Tesla as of right now is around $1 trillion. So yeah, that's just a scale to kind of visualize how amazing this is. I mean, this is fantastic stuff right here. So I think that when it comes to SEI, it's the perfect environment for an AI project, let's say, because if, for instance, I was building an AI project, let's say I'm a developer, why would I choose something like Ethereum, for instance? Sky-high gas fees, arguably not even scalable. Now, of course, there are many amazing Ethereum layer 2s out there that basically eliminates all this nonsense. I get that. But Ethereum at its core, it's just not that ideal in this day and age, in my opinion, despite its amazing ecosystem and fans. I still think it's going to grow moving forward. I still think it has a bright future. But I think that as a project, especially if there isn't that many resources, especially if budget is kind of tight, I would much rather prefer something like SEI, because naturally it has so many advantages. Very low gas fees. It's very scalable. So why would I choose that? I just think that SEI is such an amazing environment for a project to be in, regardless if it's AI or not. And this is why I love SEI so much. Furthermore, we take a look at the DeFi projects. Now, DeFi, aka decentralized finance, I think this right here is also another big narrative. Probably not as big as the AI market, but still pretty massive nonetheless. Yet again, according to Grandview Research, because they like to predict things, the DeFi market is predicted to be worth over $200 billion. By 2030. I mean, this is crazy stuff. We're not, that far away. We're nearing 2025 at this point. It's kind of crazy to think about. It just felt like just a little back ago, I was celebrating New Year's. But yeah, besides that point, that just puts into perspective that actually 2030 is not that far away. So I think that as these markets do grow moving forward, AI, DeFi, it's only fair to assume that the good projects that are focused on that will grow along with the ride, much like the ones on SEI. So really, when I take a look at SEI, I think its future could look so bright. And you want to hear more crazy statistics? Check this out, right? For instance, we take a look at how SEI is allegedly the world's fastest parallel blockchain, which is kind of insane to think about, but statistically, it's actually true. Because you take a look at how transaction finality time is, again, around 380 milliseconds. It can facilitate 12,500 transactions per second. Crazy stuff right there. It's also been able to process over 1 billion transactions, which is insane. You take a look at Avalanche, everyone loves Avalanche, so do I. That right there has also been able to process over 1 billion transactions. So yeah, SEI is pretty much the complete package in my opinion. And now, with that being said, a lot of people, they like to complain and say, oh yeah, there's too many blockchains though. We don't really need SEI. There's just too many. But I disagree because, the future potential, I think, of blockchain technology could be so amazing. And I don't think it's oversaturated because you take a look at, for instance, the car market. There's so many car brands out there. It feels like it's endless. But even despite that, does a car brand need like 90% market share to be successful? Absolutely not. I mean, just think about this. Do you think that, like, for instance, Nissan is like the number one car brand out there, or, Volvo? No, I mean, come on. But even besides that, I think they're able to be successful nonetheless because the car market is so massive. So even if they have, not that big of a market share, even though they have a decent size, let's say, that's already so amazing. And we see a lot of even smaller car brands out there. A lot of people don't even know them, but they're still able to be successful. Why? Again, each car brand has its own fans, its own unique selling point. And again, the market is massive, so it still has room for a lot of the good players to eat. No different in the world of blockchains, in my opinion. Yeah, sure, there's Algorand, there's Multiverse X, there's Ethereum, Solana. The list goes on and on. But I think that still, this right here could have a bright future because even despite having many options, each enterprise, each individual, they're going to have their own preferences. Each blockchain, again, has their own unique selling point, and SEI does have a unique selling point. Again, it's the world's fastest parallel blockchain. So if that's not a good enough selling point, then I don't really know what is. But I think it's good enough nonetheless, and that's why I think SEI still has a bright future ahead. And you got to think about this, right? I can't just wave some magic wand and demand the price of SEI to pump like $20 today. I can't do that. Some people are like, oh, wow, it's not even at the price of $10. What do you mean $20? All this type of stuff. But what can I control? That's dollar cost averaging, staying consistent, studying, and just not giving up. That's the things I can control, those factors. What I can't control is what happens to the price of SEI every 2 minutes, 2 hours. I can't do that, man. That's beyond my control. If I try to focus on that, I try to day trade, use leverage, swing trade, I might drive myself crazy. I might drive myself insane. And I don't want that. I like to keep things simple because I view myself as a very practical individual, as a simple guy. So I don't want to dabble with that type of stuff. Again, what I do is I dollar cost average, acquire, hold, and just wait. That's it because, quite frankly, that's what I can control. So I'm going to do that. And some people may think that $20 is some crazy random nonsense, some random pipe dream. They're like, oh man, this is insane. But I disagree because at the price of $20, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $70 billion. Not too bad at all. I mean, we've seen Doge reach over 80 billion. I mean, come on, Dogecoin, I get it. Doge has a lot of fans, a lot of hype. It's a meme coin after all. But, I think the amazing fundamentals of SEI, the world's fastest parallel blockchain, why is reaching around a $70 billion market cap, which is actually quite a bit less than Doge's all-time high market cap. That's not crazy at all, in my opinion. We've also seen something like BNB reach over $100 billion in market cap. Come on, right? Is this the best thing out there? I mean, I don't really think so. Now, this is just my opinion because you take a look at just last year, according to Crypto.com research, slightly over 2% of the crypto hacks that happened actually occurred on the BNB smart chain ecosystem. Yeah, that's not great, man. I mean, the crypto space overall is massive. So this is actually a very bad figure, kind of embarrassing, actually, the way I view it. But even besides that, if something like BNB can reach over 100 billion, why can't SEI at least go to around 70 billion? And now, this type of stuff usually takes time, though, because some people out there, they're impatient. They're like, oh, man, we've been waiting so long. What is this all about? But again, I think better days are ahead because you take a look at, as a worst case scenario, usually altcoins, they've been known to peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. That would mean actually around October of next year, basically near the end of 2025. Now, why do I say that? Because the last Bitcoin halving event happened back in April. So again, year and a half, aka 18 months would be around that time period. But even despite that, is that necessarily a bad thing? If someone told me, hey, you have around a year from right now to accumulate more SEI, let's say, is that bad? No. I mean, come on. If I have more time to accumulate something that I like, why not? I'm not going to say no to that. At least that's the way I view it. Some people out there, they like it when the price is high, but they hate it when the price is low. I'm the opposite, man. I like it when the price is low. I don't really like it when the price is high. I don't want to FOMO into SEI when it's at the price of like $10 or something like that. I'm not going to do that. Come on. Right now, I'm going to be busy. So then later on, it's going to be cruise control time for me. Once SEI goes to the price of $10, $15, $20. Again, that's relax mode time. I'm not going to want to bother with, trying to FOMO into this at that point. All the works have been done at that point, right? Trying to FOMO into SEI at the price of like $15 is like trying to study a day before the exam. Now, been there, done that, I'll give it that, but is it really ideal? No, I mean, come on. Especially during a finals or whatever, it's like, oh man, you know what I mean? Especially if the subject's hard. So that's why I like to prepare myself early on so I don't have to panic later. That's why I want to just be focused on SEI right now. And that way I can enjoy myself later on. And why wouldn't it be enjoyable? I mean, there's over 600 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research. That's insane. That's over 500 million, by the way. And if we take a look back in 2021, during the peak of that bull run, there was roughly only around 300 million crypto owners. And yet the bull run was already that amazing. So imagine this time around, the buying pressure, the buying volume, the FOMO, it's going to be through the roof. Also, the Bitcoin ETF, the number of institutional investors. This is all very bullish news for Bitcoin. Yes, things may not be looking that great as of right now, but around a year from currently, when we're speaking, I mean, can you imagine the altcoin season, what Bitcoin does? It's only a matter of time. Only time will tell, but I think it's going to be so exciting, hypothetically, and I can't wait as Bitcoin again reaches those new all-time highs, 100,000, 150,000, say at the price of $20. I don't see why not. I think this bull run could be that fantastic. And also, I believe that SEI is that amazing of a project, and I really can't wait. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch you all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.